Welcome to this brand new explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely fascinating: how cultures interpret the universe. We're going to be looking at a question that is literally as old as humanity itself. Just imagine totally unconnected human societies, people who have never ever met, trying to make sense of the cosmos. How do they bring meaning to what's up there? Well, buckle up, because the patterns we're about to uncover are, honestly, mind-blowing. Okay, let's dive into this. Picture this. You're standing outside on a crystal clear night, just staring up into that massive, infinite expanse of stars. You know that feeling, right? Well, that simple act of looking up has triggered a very specific, totally universal question throughout all of human history. People look up and naturally ask, does this have an owner? Or who does all this belong to? It's wild, isn't it? It's this boundless space, and yet our human minds instinctively search for a creator or an owner. Section 1. Looking at the stars, a universal human habit. When we really look at the data, it's clear that people all over the globe share this exact same cosmic wonder. I mean, think about it. People who will literally never cross paths, who speak completely different languages, eat totally different diets, and have vastly different everyday lives, yet they all stand under the exact same sky and feel that exact same awe. It's a massive contrast. We're divided by our daily routines and languages, for sure, but we are completely united by the shared intuition about the night sky. It's almost like it's hardwired into us. Section 2. The anthropological mystery. Finding the pattern. Let's shift gears for a second and look at how modern science, specifically comparative religious anthropology, handles this. To science, this isn't just, romantic poetry. It's a cold, hard, objective pattern. Anthropologists look at thousands of disconnected cultures that developed completely independently, different languages, totally different symbols. And the crucial takeaway here is that this wasn't some global curriculum. Culture A didn't teach culture B. Instead, this recurring pattern of seeking a design, this gut feeling that the universe didn't just happen by itself, it popped up entirely on its own over and over again. And what's really interesting here is the sheer magnitude of that realization. A recurring pattern of seeking design independently felt. This proves that this intuition isn't just some cultural construct we're taught. It is deeply, truly ingrained in human nature. We are at our very core creatures that look for meaning and order. Section 3. The 55 Languages of Nature. A philosophical framework. All right, now that we've set up this anthropological mystery, our sources point us to a really fascinating philosophical framework from a commentator on what's known as the 32nd word. This text tackles the mystery from a totally different angle, and the whole concept boils down to one very specific number: 55. The idea here is absolutely captivating. It argues that every single level of existence in the universe is speaking its own distinct language. And according to this framework, there are exactly 55 of these languages out there. So here's the logic behind that. Whether you're looking at the incredibly complex language of a microscopic cell or the massive, majestic language of a giant star, they're all pointing to the exact same truth. It's like one single signature, just written in 55 different ways. The incredible diversity we see in nature is actually just a massive expression of the exact same underlying reality. Section 4. Science as translator, decoding the universe. So, where does modern science fit into all this? Well, if nature is speaking in 55 different languages, we obviously need translators, right? And this brilliantly illustrates how each scientific discipline steps up to decode a specific language. Physics handles the language of the atom. Biology translates the language of the cell. Astronomy deciphers the language of the star. Every single branch of science is taking its own unique path to approach that exact same ultimate question we talked about at the start. But the absolutely crucial point here is that the true scientific journey has to involve objectively observing these languages without, forcing the evidence to fit some preconceived narrative. You can't squeeze it into a box. It's all about pure, unadulterated observation, just letting those 55 languages speak entirely for themselves. Section 5. A single signature. The ultimate conclusion. Okay, let's bring it all together. The anthropology, the 55 languages, the whole shebang. The source material ties these threads together using a specific theological excerpt from the opening of the 32nd word. It says, if there were other gods in the heavens and earth besides Allah, their order would be destroyed. In the context of the source text, this concept is used to illustrate the idea of complete uniformity and absolute order in nature. It frames this perfect, delicate interplay of forces as something that's only possible through a single, organizing entity. When you step back and look at the big picture, it's pretty stunning. From the smallest atom to the furthest star, this entire journey, starting with those early, unconnected cultures just gazing up at the night sky, all the way to our modern, highly advanced biology and physics, it's all fundamentally a unified search for meaning. We are all, in our own ways, looking for that exact same underlying coherence. And with that, I want to leave you with one final big thought to chew on. Is humanity's ongoing, relentless scientific journey really just the search for the single signature? If we manage to decode all these languages, are we all ultimately going to read the exact same name? It's a seriously profound connection between our innate human intuition and our highest scientific achievements. So think about that for a bit. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope exploring these sources was as eye-opening for you as it was for me. Catch you next time.